Hello, everyone. It looks like the indicator notification just populated, so that's good. I think I have my volume down on my other device all the way. I hope so. Okay, let's see here. Make sure that's down. Okay, I see myself there now. Awesome. Just a couple of little house checks. Everything looks okay. Wonderful. Sorry, but I had to wolf down some food real quick before I got started. But anyways, welcome everyone. I'll give everybody a little bit of time to come in. And fortunately today I don't sound all nasally and scary because I live a very short distance away from Derek and Malaya, and I too have been passing the same local cold around that everyone is. Hello, Ralph. Hello, Dory. So good to see you. I love you. Yes, White Boy, beautiful. I'm so glad to see you, and I welcome you. I saw you and welcomed you in the Discord. And I am. There's a few other people in here that might show up as little moderators in here, or also moderators on the Global Witness channel as well. So I'm glad to see you here. If you feel so moved, please go ahead and let me know what your name is, and then I'll put it in my notes on Discord so I can try to remember that. But anyways, my name is Shannon. And the two channels I have are I Believe, and then this one, which is currently called The Way of Mary. Hello, Miss Wren. She's got a key. Wonderful. This channel was gifted to me by Derek, and I opened it up, and it's had some metamorphosis to it. It started out with a different name. It was given to me as Sovereign Witness, and then it was The Way of the Heart, and then it was simply The Way, and then I changed that very quickly to The Way of Mary, being led by Spirit to do so. Hello, Denise. Yes, love you too. Hence my banner that I have. You know what? I need to change that banner. I don't know why it's set on that. I don't like that one. Okay, where's the branding? There it is. It's the minimal. That's the one I wanted. There we go. That's better. It's too big and expansive the other way. So I'm still playing with the system, still don't know exactly how to do everything. I'll give everybody a couple of minutes to come in if you know of anybody who might be interested in being here. Larry. Okay, I call you LJ. Even your mom, LJ. Well, that's cool. It's easy to remember too. Yeah, sometimes Discord, when you first come in, I'm not sure why it's been doing that lately. There's been a couple of servers I've been invited to, and the same thing. I would get in, and then the next day I was booted out. So just keep the link, and if you have any trouble, you know, contact someone, and we'll try to help you get back in. I'm not sure why it's doing that, but we'll try to see if we can get that figured out. But so welcome, LJ. Welcome to Discord. Welcome to your spot in this beautiful little spirit family that will be gathering here in just a few minutes. My viewership is usually not the most I've ever had, has been 11. So it's not going to be anything quite as expansive, but it's fully expected for it not to be. From my perspective anyway, I wanted to gather today because of the last 3 days. Derek's video being yesterday, the tail end of that process for myself, and even the things that he presented. Oh, goodness, no, you're not. No, of course it's not about you, but it is about you. It's about me too. There's no separation. That is the illusion, that there's something separate between any of us. And there's no accident that you're here, LJ, none whatsoever. You wouldn't be here if you weren't fully intended and if we weren't expecting you and waiting for you. We've done this many times together. We've played these games together. We are a spirit family, and we are connecting to one another. So, oh, there we go. I see somebody in the house that I'm hoping, I don't know if he'll do it or not, but I'm going to be putting a link so that you can join me on camera. And basically what it does is it pops up a bunch of boxes, looks kind of like the Brady Bunch. It's fun. I don't know if David will be doing this or not, but he just popped into the room, and he is my dear brother who just recently went back to Israel. He was here for a season on his journey, and he stayed with me for a little bit, and we got to convene for a little small amount of time. Would have probably enjoyed being able to spend more time together, but that's not what the Spirit hadn't planned. So he is safely back in Israel, and he is in the chat room. So everybody say hello to David. Oh, you wish you could do captions. I don't know what you mean by that. Is it because you're at work, Dory? My beautiful sister Dory is at work, but she's listening in. And I think that's what she means by that. Oh, cool. I don't know if any of you are familiar with the Giving Wisdom to the Voice of Ages channel, but please go check it out. I just got a notification from them. They just put out a video, and it actually was titled I Am Love, which is perfect for today and everything that I want to talk about. Yes, Susan, let me introduce you to David, because you have told me, once again, I'm sorry, I just ate, so I'm not trying to be rude. I would like to introduce you to David. David, Susan. Susan is my beautiful sister that I told you about, David, that said that from the first instance being introduced to your frequency that she felt as if she knew you. So that is Soulseye. Yes, Soulseye's Jules in the chat. David, that is her. That's Susan. So I will introduce the two of you, and that'll be a beautiful thing. It'll go where it's supposed to go, right? But anyways, I'm really happy to have David. I sent him a message. It's very late at night in Israel right now. I don't think you know it, David, but I set my earth clock, my world clock, to Tel Aviv. That's how I know how to say good morning or good night to you, so that I know what time it is where you're at. And anyway, so it's David 12, as you can see in the chat. So wonderful. Oh my goodness, we have 10 people in here already. So let's get started. Like I said, I've never had more than 10. So we're at max already. This is awesome. Oh, look at hello, Mr. Jeremiah. Thank you for coming and joining us. Jeremiah, Regeneration Codex, is in with us. I'm grateful for that. And now we have 11 people, which is a wonderful number. Okay, you may have noticed by the image that I put out, the thumbnail for this video, the gray image of a city and then the blue, beautiful image of a city. Hi, Tina, it is a party. Wonderful, yes. Let's have a party. Woohoo! The last 3 days. Okay, let me start from the beginning for me, and I'm just going to share this with you. And then I'm going to open up the format for anybody who is prepared to pop on. I'll put the link out. You can come in and we can share if anybody resonates with any of this. And if they don't, that's fine too, because my drive to put it out there is for it to be in the ether then and nothing else. And so I'm all good no matter what. There's your number, David. We got 12 people in here. That's the most I've ever had. Woo, we just hit a record. But anyways, let me start from the beginning. 022222. I know that Derek had posted some things about the significance of that. I posted a little meme that I created with the numbers and how it basically was shown to me that it comes right back to the one, the integration of everything back into the holy, 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 WHOLE-E. So I was very, very jazzed about the 22nd. I could feel the energy and the movement of it. And I was very excited about it. I could feel it. So, you know, those of you who know me, hence my name, I Believe, that's what I am. I came to this planet to believe everything. And that's what I do with great potency usually. And so I was very excited. I was in this very high vibration, great mode. And then the 22nd came and went. And that night on the 22nd, I was a bucket of tears in the middle of my bed, blubbering like an idiot, feeling probably the worst I felt in this entire journey. Just, it took me off my guard for a moment or two. And then I realized to step into my observer mode and look at my circumstance, my hologram in this earth game that we're playing from an observer's perspective. And then I realized, oh, these are emotions that I'm to be integrating back into the whole expansive self. So I allowed myself to feel them, and I processed through many things over the course of 3 days ago, starting with the 22nd. Now, in the midst of these 3 days, I can tell you right now, I've told other people that I've been in contact with it. The only way I can explain how this felt, and it's not the best explanation, but it's the only one I can come up with, is that I had entered some kind of paradigm where everything looked like a scene out of the movie Legend with Will Smith, where he's the only living soul, him and his dog. Everything else looks like dirt and tumbleweeds and mannequins, because he's placed mannequins all over town to help him feel as if he's not alone. For 3 days, that's how everything felt and looked to me. I felt the great desire to want to reach out to people. And as I did, when I reached out to people that didn't look like mannequins to me, they looked like a living part of the landscape, I was completely ghosted. I had no response from anyone. But anyone that I reached backwards into the older three-dimensional energy to, responded, and they're the only ones that were engaging me in this day, 3 days. Now, before this morning, I had no idea. I didn't put 3 days to it. I didn't put anything to it. It all came to me this morning in a huge download. So I got up this morning, and after this 3 days, and I'm telling you, whew, and it was so dark. It was a grieving of, I can't explain to you. This morning, 3 days, 3 days of darkness, and I am in a different place. I can't explain it with human words very well, but I'm in a different place. Yes, Fifth World, welcome. It is wild. All right, I'm not sure who's the Detroit on GW Discord. Hey neighbor. Oh, cool. I'm just watching the chat too. It's easy for me to get distracted. If anybody else who knows me, they know that it's easy for me to just get distracted. So I'll leave chat alone for the moment. You guys just enjoy each other over there. I'll try to keep an eye on it for the sake of responding. But anyways, yes. So I woke up this morning, 3 days of darkness. Now, what can that possibly mean? For me, I know it's exactly what it is. It's what that proposal means to me. I've had conversations with some of my beloveds that I'm closest to about what it's going to be like when this new fifth dimensional frequency is actually here in its full force and becomes manifest in the outer. Derek's even discussed it like it's not going to be anything that you actually recognize. And I joked and said, I think maybe one day we're just going to wake up and we're going to look around and we're going to look at each other, because we'll see each other, but only each other, a very small few, and say, do you see me? Yeah, I see you too. Do you see all of them? Yeah. How come they don't see us? And that is somewhat what it feels like today. And I can't really describe it otherwise. So that's why I wanted to come forward with this video. I was very lost yesterday. I will fully, vulnerably, and nakedly admit it, as this channel is all about. The veil's already dropped here, so I hide nothing. I was destroyed yesterday. Can't even explain to you the level of destruction. Emotionally. I mean, the one person that was engaging in my paradigm, an older energy, a three-dimensional character, we actually got into quite an argument because I don't usually express this type of an auric field and energy. And when he came into that auric field, he just went bananas, went all projection on me and started judging me. And, it was just a big, ugly mess, because I'd never been behaving in this frequency in the outer the way that I was yesterday, the day before, and the day before that. So it was quite difficult, and I'm very glad to finally have integrated it back into the holy, expansive self. Wonderful Fifth World. I'm not surprised. I know we've always had kind of an energetic understanding of each other's processes. I totally believe you. And and I knew that there would be at least a small amount of people that would resonate to it. And even if they didn't, it's getting put into the ether, because I woke up with a very clear definition. I seriously thought that everything I walked away from, everything I've sacrificed, everything I've given up, I was asked to give up everything yesterday. And when we're talking about everything, I mean everything. I have reintegrated some relationship with my Earth children, the children that are part of Earth Character Shannon. I'm their mommy. And I have built some ties back with my children that I originally, when I died to this world and went through that whole process a while ago, disconnected from them, have reconnected totally. Every single one of them has told me basically to F off. They want nothing to do with me because they consider me Luciferian, satanic, crazy, whatever you want to call it. And that was a process I had to go through. Every single person who has been absolutely the closest to my heart, my sacred heart center in this Earth Character Shannon, I was asked to let entirely go of. And this is difficult things, like my ex-husband, who has just recently sent me a divorce suit and is, taking me through the divorce process with my little 9-year-old, soon to be 10-year-old son in his custody, and choosing to be silent and still in that and waiting to see what I'm supposed to do, letting go of that, letting go of this. I mean, it's funny because we were having a conversation about this winter that's hit everybody too, with the physical, how cold it's been. And somebody made a joke about Elsa and that she's working it out. And immediately I felt the song in my heart, let it go, let it go. I can't hold it back anymore. Let it go. And I thought of that, and that's exactly what it was. It was a letting go of everything on a level that It was painful. And then I woke up this morning with the brightness returned and this beautiful sense. I still looked out and saw tumbleweeds and mannequins and nothing, but I felt at peace about it. And I had realized that no, I have not lost my place. I did not sacrifice everything to be the nothing that I felt yesterday. I'm actually in the first and beginning phases of the thing that I have brought myself to. The baby was born. The new is here. It is now maturing. The fifth dimension has opened its doors and it is manifesting in the outer. We've done so much internal work, all of you beautiful, benevolent ones, that inner is becoming the outer. And that's what I was experiencing myself. I don't know if anybody else did. Some people have said that they can relate, but I got to physically, tangibly engage the difference between third dimensional frequency and fifth dimensional plus. I'm saying plus because it doesn't stop there. Energy. And I was actually, for 3 days, I walked around as if I was the only living soul in this entire playing field. It was really difficult. 3 days of darkness. And when I woke this morning, the 25th, 3 days after the 22nd, it came to me that these were my 3 days of darkness. And I don't know if that is the 3 days of darkness. I can't say that I know that, but I'm coming to know it. And I'm going to pretend it. I will tend to it as if it is so, because it's highly possible. All things are possible in divinity. It's highly probable because of what I experienced. So now I'm going to pretend it. And that just means tend to it before it actually gets here. Fake it till you make it. Kind of the same idea, that actually was the 3 days of darkness in its literal sense and its ethereal sense, which is a very different perception, as we know. So anyways, that's why I wanted to come out today and do this. I had fully planned for a broadcast on the 22nd for the full I was going to do it at 2:22. The whole thing fell through. I was crushed by that too, because it represented the new for me. There were some guests I was going to have on that are very new and very beautiful, and I was very excited, and the whole thing fell through. So yes, this has been very difficult, but I woke up this morning with the light all around me. As a matter of fact, I was told that I was going to be very lucky from now on. And I'm not sure if any of you have ever heard any spiritual utterings about that word, because so many words people have difficulty with. Lucky, oh, well, there's no luck in it. It's because of father. It's because of mother, you know. But the word luck, L-U-C, originates from the word lucid, and L-U-C is light. So lucky is of the light. Same thing as Lucifer, of the light. And I woke up with this I don't know what we'd call it, but like a stamp on me from the first thing this morning about this being a time of being in the light. And that lucky means that I am of that light, and not only of it, but now in it, which is beautiful. And this everything that I speak, if you're new to this channel or you're new to my energy, I always am referring to you as well as me, because there is no separation. And most of us here understand that that is the illusion. So when I'm speaking of my own experience, I'm speaking of you as well, because you are me and I am you. And that's just the way that it is. So that being said, that's where I'm at energetically this morning. Everything came flooding back in. My purpose became so abundantly, it's the same, although it's been rocket boosted. Get out there and do everything that you've been shown. Lead what you've been led to lead. Say what you've been led to speak. I had a throat chakra activation. I'm working on a heart, throat, and crown chakra activation so that I can get to these ethereal truths as quickly as possible and share them with you. So yes, I see that Susan just said that she's multitasking. Sorry if she missed saying hello to you. So anyway, so that being said, I'll give everybody a moment just to take a breath and discover within themselves if there's something they would like to share. And I'm going to post the link to an invite. And if you're not interested in being on camera, I totally get that. Not everybody's comfortable with that. I've been, doing this type of thing for most of my life, so it doesn't affect me the way that it might some people. So we can just do audio. You can just pop in with the link and leave your camera off, and it will only pick up audio, and you can speak And even if you just want to pop in, if you're new here and you're new to Discord and you're new to this whole process because you've just hit some very awakening information through our brother Derek Rose, then by all means pop in, just introduce yourself if that's what it is. But whatever it is that you're led, and if you're led to do nothing, I will, answer questions. I will speak to anyone whatever there is in their heart. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to see if I can get an invite going here. Okay, invite a guest. I want to copy to my clipboard. I'm talking out loud. I'm so sorry. I do that all the time, so I apologize. And then I'm going to post it in the comments, and it will be there for you if you would like to come in and join me. And then we can have a discussion, and you can ask questions or speak what you would like to speak to the brothers and sisters that are here. I know there's a few people here already that are, quite comfortable also with bringing things forward and speaking. I know Jeremiah is one of them. Susan is one of them. Dory probably is too, but she is at work at the moment, so she's just able to observe mostly. So I'm going to jump into live chat as I believe here. Much easier for me to see what's going on in the chat because this is on a time delay because it's I'm using StreamYard, so there's a time delay to it, and so it sometimes makes it a little difficulty. I would love your interpretation if you would like to come on Fifth World, even if it's just an audio. I would love that. Okay, wonderful, Susan. She said that she's only got a limited amount of bandwidth right now. If she gets more, she's only got one bar. She'll pop in and share some things with us, which would be wonderful. I would greatly, because I know that I have opened this up because there are, what you have to say, what you have to offer is important. And whatever your journey is adds another puzzle piece to this expansive whole that we're reintegrating. Oh, and San, I'm reading here that White Boy said that he has had similar thoughts to what you're speaking of, waking up one day and it being completely different. Yes. It's, is it LJ? Did I get that right? Let me scroll up. I do not want to get that wrong. I don't like to get people's names wrong. I know you said it's Larry, so it is LJ. Okay, got it. LJ. I'm going to do my best to remember that. You said that we are waking up every morning to our highest timelines if it's our intention. And that can just be a skip and a skip and a skip, and you wake up every day and it's like, wait a minute. It's been very difficult. I know that I've been experiencing that. So that's wonderful. But anyways, I'm so glad that you're here, David. I was glad that you were still awake. Oh, well, hello, Joshua. Welcome. I'm glad to see you there. I'm not seeing you in the chat that's on here, but once again, there's a delay. I can see it quickly when it's 2:22, just as I saw you, Joshua. I love that. That's something. And we have 11 people in the room. And yes, that's wonderful. I love it. I'm all about the synchronicities of the universe speaking to us, our source creation. I love it. All right. So welcome, Joshua. So happy to have you here. I just posted a link in the chat. It says StreamYard.com. You can see it there. And if you're interested in coming in on audio or even on full camera, I'm going to be inviting anyone who's interested. Click on that link and you will go into my little waiting room and I'll bring you on if you're interested, if you have something that you would like to share. Any of you that have said that this has resonated with you and how you're feeling, please do not. If you're feeling that urge, don't be shy about it. This is your spirit family. We love you. We already know you. So it just if you're feeling pulled to pop on, please do, because that just means that you have something to share that all of us have been waiting for, ethereally and in this earth game that we play. So please do that. But anyway, so I'm just going through here to see if there's anybody else who has said anything. But I was just really I saw David's name and it reminded me that I'm very happy that I have these people, specifically David, in the room. I wanted to do a video with him before he left, but he wasn't ready yet. And even today, he says he's still not ready yet, and that's fine. There's absolutely no pressure in this. I just want to offer the availability. So basically, that's where I'm at. And that's what I've seen. And even this thing that's happening with the Ukraine and the Russian people, yesterday, one of the things that I did do when I was in a more of a even place was I joined for very briefly, but I joined for a moment in a group meditation that was on TikTok with people that were of spirit, like-minded spirit, that were going to be astral traveling into the Ukrainian Russian circumstance to inject, light and love and the truth of the illusion of separation into that circumstance so that it would have the presence of the I am all wrapped up in it as well. I got to do that yesterday, and before, it's just was amazing everything that Derek said and how he was trying to ease everyone's mind. The only thing that I received from it was that this meditation was absolutely doing something for this situation, absolutely, but I also received very much so that there was no alarm, that there was more benevolence in this circumstance than was being seen with the earthly eye, and that this was a very, very much needed and very written in co-creation. And part of the co-creation was coming from benevolent sources, so that it once again reinforced that all things that we are involved in from this now moment into every now moment coming, things are not as they seem, almost mostly, if not entirely. So we really need to remember the most imperative, beautiful urging of our beloved Yeshua, who came as an example above all examples, as far as I'm concerned, to show us how to respond to this, and is now reintegrating himself through channels, through people who are close to him. And I'm also hoping very soon his incarnate self to come back and to lift this circumstance, and to join his divine feminine energy, and because he left this circumstance with the divine feminine, and the divine feminine has brought this forth. And once again, if that gets your mind going, what is she talking about? Go back into some of the videos and watch, and you'll understand what I'm talking about when it comes to divine feminine energy and divine masculine energy. But he is re-urging us and reintegrating with to seek first the kingdom, and all things will be added to you. And in this now moment, what that retranslates to is to seek within. When any of these circumstances in the outer, perfect example, Russia and Ukraine, present themselves to you, see them, acknowledge them, do not ignore them, because that gives them energy as well. Acknowledge them, but realize it has nothing to do with you as a co-creator, and also accept it, and then reintegrate it into your holy self by going within and seeking out the answers of how to respond to that you're being presented to. Seek first the kingdom, and all things shall be added. This is a key. And my beautiful sister, Divine Renegade, came in with a key as her first little note, which I kind of know what that meant. She was reminding me of something, and I don't know if I'm going to say it or not. I'm not sure if it's something I should share outside of, intimate circles just yet. But this is very important, and it has been very impressed upon me by the benevolent frequency that we have known incarnate as Yeshua. He's been many other incarnations as well, but the one that we mostly know as Yeshua, it's been pressed very deeply upon my heart that seeking within is the only way to process this now moment. So I'm going to post this real quick. This is from Susan. This is wonderful. She said that James Twyman is doing a peace meditation every morning, reminding all to remember that all is within us, that is peace, that is love, and that is all. And see, when you go within your kingdom, take that holy breath where you're bringing in all of the frequency of light and everything that's around you, because everything is divine. When you breathe that in symbolism, that is also breathing it in through your root chakra, into your very being. And when you find that peace, and then you with intent connect it to these circumstances that are being proposed, you bring that peace to that circumstance, and so be it. And it will be so, because you are a creator, just like Source, your mother, father, creator before you, your exact hologram of who they are. So thank you for sharing that, Susan. Go and check that out if you're interested in joining in that, because your joining of it is an intent, and that is a beautiful, beautiful thing. Oh, I tried to pop it off and it didn't listen. There it goes. So that's wonderful. No, defending yourself in this Earth game, there's a whole place for that. Of course, I just noticed that LJ had put that up. Defending yourself is one thing that we have to respond to in this Earth plane. It's just as real as if I take something sharp right now and poke my arm with it, blood's going to drip out of my skin in this avatar. It will happen. We know this. This is an Earth rule. It's the rules we signed up for, we agreed to play by. So there is a very real place for you to defend yourself, of course. Absolutely. This is part of the Earth game we play. Yeshua moved in and about crowds and ducked out of here and ducked out of there and went to defend himself, to keep his holy divine avatar safe until the appointed time that he chose to give up that form. We all pick that ourselves. Hello, Miss Tracy Roberts. Good to see you. So this is the bridge, and there's a lot of videos on this channel, and I'll post a link afterwards to my I Believe channel for anybody who's interested. There's a ton of videos that I have been honored to present that talk about this very thing that we're doing with the bridge, you know, as above, so below, as within, so without. Seek first the kingdom and all things will be added to you. That's what this channel is about. And it's called The Way of Mary because Yeshua I'm very connected to that story. That Earth storyline is mine. It's part of me. It's what resonates with me. It isn't everyone's story. Everybody has their own, and we all fit together like a big, beautiful puzzle. But for me, I fully know that I'm very intimately connected to that storyline. And this channel is about Yeshua, in that incarnate story character, presenting one of the most, if not the most, digestible ways to respond to this outer world. He taught us everything we needed to know in the days that he walked. Everything, if you know how to see it and know how to hear it and hear it with spirit instead of with other things. He left his form, and he left that with the divine feminine energy. And the rise of the divine feminine energy is what's occurring right now. And that is balancing everything out. That's why we're entering. That's why what just occurred to me occurred, and everything that's before us. And once again, I go into detail many times about the divine feminine masculine not being anything to do with gender, because the first marriage has to happen in here. The first joining of the perfect balance, masculine, divine, feminine, masculine energy has to happen within your kingdom. And then once it happens in the inner, what happens? It becomes manifest in the outer, because that's how we ended up in this predicament that we're in right now, is a lot of unconscious co-creation. It was in the inner, it became in the outer. And we're still doing that. And we will continue to do that in this duality Earth game that we're playing. It's just becoming balanced now. And that's what this whole channel is about. What's been given me to share, what's been given my voice to speak, what's been given in my heart to share with all of my beloveds. And I have completely unveiled myself as completely as I possibly can. This channel's fully unveiled. I stand naked before you with nothing hidden. Nothing. I am not concerned of you knowing the very worst of my Earth story character, Shannon, and the very best of my Earth story character, Shannon. None whatsoever, because that's the time that we're in. Let's get naked before the whole world gets naked all at once and that veil falls on its own, because it's going to be that last monkey theory. The minute that, and I believe that just occurred, that the divine ones have more conscious co-creation and are in that 5-dimensional love energy, the more that just tips the scale, boom, this is going to happen all at once. It just takes that one last little frequency of that very last individual. And there are more of us than there are of them. More people are in 5-dimensional reality than there are in 3D reality. And this has been shown very clearly, and I believe it to be absolutely true. It is what I'm coming to know in this now moment, and I'm still coming to know it, so I know it is a knowing. And every now moment that I enter into, it stays granite solid. So I do believe in my own perception that is the case. Yes, the key is through. Yes, through. Very good, Susan. Yes, through. This is a very, very important word for sure. Yes, we are risen to be balanced. And the thing is this is happening as we all have been doing the internal work. And we all come to the same frequency, hence why we're here together right now. 15 of us, another record. I've never had more than 15 people in a chat on one of my lives. So, woohoo! I love that. We are doing the internal work. We sought first that kingdom within, and look at everything is being added to us. Yeshua didn't say some things. He didn't say a little abundance. He didn't say it's going to kind of sort of be okay. He said, seek first the kingdom within, and all will be added to you. All. That is magnificent. And that is a big key. It's one of the biggest things that keeps coming back to my heart. He keeps imploring me to share that. Share, share, share. Seek the kingdom, seek the kingdom. Every time something proposes itself, don't turn from it. Do not ignore it. Because in that ignorance, you are saying that it's something that you are not wanting to look at because you think it can have some effect on you. It cannot. As a matter of fact, it is begging to be integrated back into the Holy One. W-H-O-L-E. Holy One. Who is that? That's you. And you, and you, and you, and me. And as we take those things and we look at them full force, fully accept it, not turning, and use the power of love to reintegrate that into the expansive whole self, this just gets more and more balanced, and we will get closer and closer to this being a very balanced Atlantean Lemurian energy on our beautiful Mother Earth Gaia with our beautiful Father Sky, and this incredible experience of duality that there's a line to come and experience in the spirit realms. There is a line. People are in, like at Disneyland. You remember the e-tickets back in the old days? This is an e-ticket ride. And so there's something very special about it. It just has created an imbalance. It's being balanced and restored as we speak this very moment together. So anyways, that's where I'm at. And I did put the link out, so I don't know if anybody's interested. I'm probably going to keep this at about an hour. Are there any questions? You can type them in all caps in the chat box. If there's any questions, I will throw it out there, and I will do what I can to reach into the ethereal truths to see the truth from the higher dimensions that are very, very well planted here, and share what is given me with you. And maybe someone else will be struck by your question, and they will share as well, and they will bless us with their beautiful truth. And the more we do this together, understanding fully that there's no separation between any of us. I am you, you are me, and oh, how I adore you. Let me just make sure that's out there. You can see it right down there in the corner. Well, let's move my hand. There it is, right there, because I love you all with words I cannot express. So as we do this, we're bringing the holy, holy, holies to pass. And that's not just Holy. Matter of fact, it's not that at all. That was proposed as something that's detached and far from us that we try to strive to achieve. We are the whole ones. WHOLE. Absolutely. Okay, so. All right, so we have somebody that I'm looking at right here. Okay, let me see what you shared. All right, we have someone who's in a distressful state, and it says it's Mach 1, 2, 3, 4 golf. I'm not sure I'm not sure how to pronounce that. I want to say it correctly, but we're just gonna say match, because that's kind of what it looks like to me, but it might just be Mach. Okay, I'm just experiencing energetically, just from a few words that I read, that you're in a place where your earth experience is in high level of metamorphosis and change. and that many, and you know, we were just discussing this morning, my beloved sisters and I, and these beloved sisters are freaking amazing. A couple of them are in this room this morning. How we both recognized, the two that were speaking, and then of course the entire group of us, we recognized that there were very significant masculine energies that were from the earth game. Nothing's ever really removed. There's never any separation. But in the earth game, these masculine beings that were in our path and in our story were removed from us. And we were looking in the beautiful gift of hindsight and understanding that as divine feminines, this was a significant moment for us to come into ourselves so that we come into our kingdoms and we get a hold of and perceive the frequencies needed to balance this incredible story that we're in. So what I would like to say to you, dear one, who just shared that you had lost your husband, that you are in this very difficult and dark path in your earth story, I will not reduce or make light of the anguish that you're in this morning. You're in this place, this grieving. I was literally there, just there yesterday myself. And as earth characters, this is an experience that is, it's not explainable how deep and dark and difficult it is. And I'm not making light of it by any way, shape, or form. I want you to know that. But what I'm feeling to share with you is that this too will pass before you. And there will be, like all things in spirit, the light at the end of the tunnel. Now, I know that you're in a very big state of distress right now. And I remember being there. I was literally just there yesterday. I was in so much grief. It was making me ill. So I would just like to, I'm going to close my eyes and I'm just going to ask you to close your eyes with me. And you wouldn't be here if you weren't of spirit. So I know that you've had your journey with your Heavenly Father and your Heavenly Mother, and that this has called to you most, if not all, of your life. Turn around and look behind you, dear one. Turn around and look behind you. How much has God been faithful to you? What's the percentage on that? I know the percentage on that. For me, it's 100%. All the difficult and dark things that I've had to walk through, I look back and it's been 100% that I can see now that they were all a part of this journey that my Creator has me on. It is the same for you. So I'm going to just send you all the love that I can and all the frequency that will support you in this place that you're in, and tell you that I love you and I'm grateful that you're here. And I know that all the rest of us are as well. Good. I'm so glad that being here is giving you comfort. And there's a reason for that, because we are your brothers and sisters. Just like I said to LJ, we've been waiting for you. And I am grateful, and I can stand in that frequency of gratitude for you while you walk through this space, that everything that has occurred has brought you to this now moment. I'm grateful for you. And I know that each one of my brothers and sisters that are here in this perfect room filled with 10, which 10 is the number of perfection. It's the number of one. It's a binary code for one, that we are all blessed by having you here. And you know what? If the only reason that I was brought to make this video today was to hold your heart, so be it. I'd do it a million times over. And I know my brothers and sisters in this room would agree with me, because you are that important to us. We know you, we see you. Yes, thank you for being here with us. Yes. You just said a very key word, Mach. You said alone. Yeshua revealed this beautiful word to me, alone. And it swirled around in my head and it separated all one. Yes, you are alone. You are all one. You're never alone in the world that it was presented in the 3D. 5D, it means all one. So yes, you will move forward all one. You are not alone. You've never been alone. You never will be. Then we just popped up to 11 people. That's an angel number. If you look for white feathers, look for white feathers in the next 3 days. Your angels are going to let you know that you're so not alone. You're so not alone. The world is presenting itself as crazy. It absolutely is. It's a proposition. All you have to say is, I see you. I don't believe you. Go within, find that peace, connect to it, and you will transmute that situation and help us all reintegrate all of this back into the holy, 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 expansive self. And you're being fast tracked. This is probably happening quick and happening hard and very painful for you because you are incredibly powerful and much needed. And so you're being fast tracked. Some of us at this end game are just going to get slammed. No time to process anything. But that being said, I'm just being told very clearly that that same amount of slam in the ether is being offered to you. So you have the same amount of benevolent support and ethereal power being poured to you right this very moment. It is equal, it is balanced. So just hold on, dear one. Hold on. You're being held. We love you. I love you. No, that's right. Do you see the word in verse? You notice Susan posted this. Do you see that? The word all one. All one. That's what it really means. You are not alone. And you can sit. I was experiencing what it feels like to believe you're alone yesterday. And even in that, I wasn't alone. And I know that. And I knew it then from observer mode. So, and it's okay. If it continues to feel painful, then feel the pain. Integrating these things back into the holy expansive self means that we don't negate it. We don't deny it. We don't run from it. We don't stuff it down. We let it come in and we feel it. And it's hard. But in doing that, because you're a divine creator, you're going to reintegrate and transmute that into the light that whence it was, and it will be back where it belongs in the divinity of wholeness and oneness. Thanks to you and your ability to be strong enough to bring this to yourself so that you could do that work. Oh, I just find it to be a great joy that we find each other here. A great joy. The powers that be would want this format to be for destruction, to continue the reverse masculine energy of this, the current 3D situation. And here we are using the very thing created for that to create unity, love, and oneness. I find it beautiful. I find it beautiful. And the time is coming. It's already occurring in small groups everywhere where this is going to become tangible reality. We will not just be finding each other here in the, in the electric web sense. We will be gravitating to each other in the real, in the little r real, the physical, in the absolutely. This is what will be occurring. It is occurring already. So you just keep holding on. You keep holding on. Yes, eternally. And see, that's what we're bridging right now. The as above, so below. In the in one of Yeshua's prayer, on earth as it is in heaven. If you take apart the prayers that he taught us to pray, that he gave us like a blueprint on what to say, if you tear them apart in spirit and look at them, you'll see the richness of all the keys of truth that are in them. On earth as it is in heaven, your kingdom come. It's already here. Kingdom come means it's manifest in the outer, and then we all get to take part in the joy of that balance. And then our creation and our experience here becomes what we originally desired before it got out of balance. That's all. Yes, I'm happy too, LJ. Yes, very happy that you found everything that you found here, and so grateful to be here. Continue to pop into Discord. Most of us frequent it quite a bit to touch base with each other. We watch one another and keep vigil with one another in that electronic sense. So continue to use that as a resource. It's a beautiful one. There are many servers besides the Global Witness one, and I'm sure that Spirit will lead you to all the ones that you will be affected by and are supposed to be a part of. So it's very good. And I'm grateful that there's been new connections here. We've got two people that didn't know each other from Adam before, at least in the, the three-dimensional world. And look, now they've become friends. They've become connected to one another, and they have a connection with each other. They can speak to one another in Discord. This is just going to continue to happen. And that's why I wanted to come forward, just to be a conduit of connection. I know this is a big part of why I'm here, and what I'm doing, and what part my story is in this third dimensional, fourth dimensional, fifth dimensional, all the way up to the 12th dimensional experience that we're having with one another. So that's just wonderful. I don't know why that's happening, but you know what I'm going to do, LJ? I'm going to get a hold of Derek, and I'm going to find out what's going on with that. I'll send him a little note and tell him that the new people are finding that they can't stay in with the. As a matter of fact, I can do it right now. I can do it on my other device. I will just send him a little note and say that there are new users that are not able to stay in the server. Super simple that way. Okay, I want to go there, and I want to search for my brother. Oops. Oh, silly me. It's under Global Witness. Okay. No, not that one. So anyways, forgive me. See, I have focus issues. I can hyper focus. Talk amongst yourselves. I'll be done in just a second. I'm sorry. All right, let me just see if I can. I'm sure I can find it somewhere here much easier than the way that I was doing it. Da, 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 da. Oh, there he is. Okay. Okay, well, I'm getting lost, and I'm going to do that when I can focus on it better, because I'll get lost. Yeah, I'll leave, and you guys will never see me again because my focus is intense, and I lose everything on the outside of me if I focus on one thing. So I'm going to bring my focus back here, and I will do that, but I will get a hold of him for you. Yeah, go ahead. I can text him too. I mean, literally, I can text him on his cell phone and tell him. I mean, yeah, just go ahead, Susan. It doesn't matter who does it. Just let him know that there's people that are not able to stay in with the current invites being sent out. There's probably some little glitch that he needs to fix. Thank you for that. I know I'm a silly girl. It's just the way that I am. Anybody who knows me knows this well. So, and once again, I'm completely naked about that. I have no problems with that whatsoever. No, that's what we do. We help each other out. And he just recently removed anybody from being moderators or administrators or anything like that on his Discord channel. And Susan and I both were, mods, and I was in administration. And I think she was too, if I remember correctly. Not that it matters. So we assisted people with problems with Discord all the time. Just because it doesn't say so next to our name, our hearts don't change. We're still going to help everyone get integrated and to be where they want to be, just because that's how this works. So. Well, we appreciate you too, LJ. And I know that Derek is wonderful at his job. He plays his part and his role in this beautifully. And he does turn over stones and create um, looking points for many, 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 many people. And I think that, and I'm grateful for that as well. Very grateful. Been very, very deeply connected to this entire Global Witness family from day one. So, isn't it beautiful to be with your family, LJ? Isn't it beautiful? I totally agree with you. Yes, we love you too, Denise. It is a beautiful and wonderful thing. So once again, I'll look I'll look at this because it's quicker for me. Is anybody have anything that they'd like to share or yes, deceived. All of us were in a level of believing the proposals that were given to us. That's what this place does in its imbalance. But we put out our own wake-up call. The dead men's switch has been triggered. So is there anything that anybody would like to discuss? Anything else? Because we're coming up on the 1 hour mark. I brought forward the conduit of connection and shared my truth with you all, and did what I was asked to do today. So I feel gloriously good about it. Let me tell you that the 3 days of darkness that I just went through were very dark indeed, and I'm grateful to be where I'm at right now. So yes, I noticed that he puts a little scale up. Yes. And it is, you see, when you do the internal work, you may not even cognitively realize it, but you are balancing the feminine and masculine energy within yourself, because it is the yin and the yang, the light and the dark, the up and the down, the negative, the positive. We give these frequencies all kinds of different names, but it is the balance of, even the indigenous people, they use the term of the dark and the light wolf. And this balance that's occurring within, that is the marriage chamber. That is what's occurring. That's why all of this is coming about, because we're doing the internal work. It's becoming manifest in the outer. Hence, here we are. It's wonderful. This is good. And I love how you said one of my favorite statements is that I'm coming to know. Professing that I know anything, never. I'm not going to even go there, but I'm coming to know. In this now moment, I'm coming to know some beautiful, significant truths, as we all are. And as you shared, that you are coming to see and to know the truth. Yes. The feminine energy has been hidden, stomped down from day one. The unconscious creation, being that it was a beautiful creation of creators, yourself, myself, and everyone included, it became very able to see from the very beginning that the way to keep itself alive and to keep things going in this hamster wheel that we're on was to remove the feminine energy, because divine feminine energy holds the egg which creates life. She holds all of the processes needed to bring that life forward. Definitely have to have the masculine energy to do it, but the biggest part of the job in the creation of life is held by the divine feminine energy. So if you can put a stop to that, or stomp it down, or create a scenario where it doesn't believe in itself anymore, you will be able to keep this highly reversed masculine energy on the top of things. If you were to do it to the masculine energy, it would never have worked, because the divine feminine energy in its power of creation and life would have just solved that problem instantly. But from the dawn of time and for eons, the divine feminine within the masculine, as well as within me and all of us, has been, I don't know, there's what kind of a good word, there's many ways you can describe what it's been subjected to. And those days are gone. They're done. The now moment is about the divine feminine. It is the she Christ. And this is something that I've spoken about openly and nakedly, and I'll speak about it again. Yes, as far as the East is from the West, and no one will see this coming, and they won't realize that it's not one man coming in the form of Jesus Christ or another incarnate human named Jesus Christ or something else. It's not even coming in a masculine form. It's coming in feminine form, something that no one has expected. And I'm saying that with this little group of 11 people in this little room in the middle of ethereal, everywhere, and, 3D nowhere. But that's exactly what's occurring. And it's happening in here first, because you have a divine feminine within you, whether you're in masculine form, incarnate, or female, or both. If you completely are non-binary, whatever it is that's going on with your form, within it is the divine masculine and the divine feminine. These two twin flame energies are within everything that is. And within them, they hold the ability to create. That is the Trinity. Holy Mother, Holy Father, Holy Creation. WHOLE. So as you do the internal work and you balance that, you don't even realize that you're telling your divine feminine to stand up, and to take her rightful place in power right next to that divine masculine energy in balance. You do that, and then it becomes manifest in the outer. And it is represented by divine feminine incarnation. Absolutely. It's also represented by divine masculine incarnation. It's an inside job. That's a beautiful thing. CLJ within yourself, your divine feminine within yourself has been subject to this oppression, because young men are taught from day one, don't cry, don't be weak, don't nurture, don't be compassionate, don't show your feelings, just do, provide, take care of, stand strong. Don't allow the divine feminine within yourself to rise in the slightest bit, because then you would be balanced. Mm-hmm. That's exactly right. It's an internal game, and then it becomes manifest in the outer. Absolutely. That's right. Exactly. Be tough, no feeling. And there's a place for toughness. I'm a very balanced being, masculine and divine femininity, both. There's a place for tough. And you can ask any woman who's incarnate in physical flesh on this planet how much she has to be tough, how much she has to institute her divine masculine. Most of the time, because it's a divine masculine world. So that's very true. We've had to be more masculine than feminine. We've also had to squash our feminine. It's exactly right. And in the masculine, the paradigm for the masculine is just what you said: be tough, don't feel, don't cry, don't be soft, don't be nurturing, don't be still, don't be a feeling, be a thought. We need thoughts and feelings together in perfect balance. And that's what we've got. Yes, we never give up. And they see none of us would be sitting in this room if that were the case. There's no give up in divinity. There's phases, ebbs and flows. We retreat and then we come back out, but there is no give up. Denise, yes. Beautiful dessert dishes. Exactly. Thank you for that. Very true. That's a story, LJ and Mock. If you're interested, you can go into my I Believe. You can actually go see it on the Voice of the Wisdom, the Voice of Wisdom channel, because Barry did me the great honor of actually reading it. It's a story that was given to me in a download. I wouldn't say I wrote it, but it was given to me in a download, and I thought it was just for me, and it turns out it's not just for me. It's a very beautiful little depiction of who we are to our creator source. And it's quite wonderful. Yes, and we are. Goonies, Severness. See, and most of us in this room totally get what you're talking about when you say Goonies. We've all been resonating in the same frequencies. That movie didn't speak to just anybody. It spoke to us little spiritual weirdos. Never say die. That's right. And then we're in this room and we're going, hey, you guys. That's what we're doing. It's wonderful and beautiful. It is weird and it is strange, Mock, because we are weird and strange. We are aliens to this arena. We don't fit here. But we're bringing about in the outer what we do fit into. And very soon we'll integrate everyone and all will fit into it. That's very true what you said, you shared, LJ. That is very true. And it's very true also that the divine masculine can be running too high in the divine feminine, and she can become something that's equally as obstructive. But it's very true that it has had a profound effect in the outer on the masculine incarnates. Yes. This frequency is so afraid. It knows not what it does. It's been miscreated. It does not know its father. It only has part of the Trinity. It does not know its father, so it does not know whence it came. So it's very scared to return to where it came because it knows not. And what did Yeshua say? Once again, he spoke it all. Forgive them, for they know not what they do. Any frequency that is in a state of fear and panic and all the lower frequencies right now, knows not what it does. And so you need to give them a forgiving. Give it to them before. Come to the table before it is even occurred and give. Forgive. Absolutely. Hello, Miss Dory. Welcome back. We're probably getting ready to just wrap it up because we've been at this for an hour and I do have somewhere that I have to go in about 20 minutes. But we're having a beautiful discussion. We've got some beautiful new benevolent souls in here that have just joined Discord, and they're now coming in here to say hello. And we've had some wonderful connections today, and I'm just grateful for being a conduit for it. Grateful, grateful, grateful. Yes, beautiful. Absolutely, Susan. My beautiful sister just said, connect with Divine Mother. This is huge right now for all incarnates, whether you're a masculine or a feminine incarnate in flesh right now, to connect with Gaia, the embodiment of your mother, the earth. She is rising with us. She is the benevolent divine feminine force that is balancing and being balanced at the same time. So yes, connect with her. She, without my connection to her right at this time, in this now moment, I would never be where I'm at, ever. She's the most benevolent example of exactly how we walk this path for every incarnate, male or female. So absolutely great, great advice. Thank you, Susan, for that. We have so much wisdom in this room. Well, Mock, your wish has come true, my darling. Hold that in your heart and let me say it again. Feel the frequency of these words. You say, I just wish for a better world for the younger generations. I really do. Wish granted. That's exactly what's happening. That's exactly the reason why you signed up to pay such a high price in going through the grieving that you're going through right now. You're reintegrating every beautiful moment that you are working through this back into the holy, expansive self. So that very wish right there is not only going to come true, it is true. Heaven on earth, three-dimensional living is no longer the predominant unconscious creation. The predominant creation is a conscious co-creation of fifth dimensional and higher existence. And that is the beautiful world that your heart naturally longs for and dreams for. It's here. It's here. And it's because of you that it's here. And all of our brothers and sisters in this room doing the very difficult inner work. The same frequency that I speak of with the name of Yeshua is the same frequency that has called to all of your hearts to do the things that you've been doing. It's the same. There's no separation. I'm just reading through these comments. You guys are so beautiful. I hope you know how beautiful you are. If no one's told you that today, I'm going to tell you. And then I think I'm going to end with that. So I'm going to go ahead and end this stream. If there's not something someone else would like to share or come on to the screen and present in either audio or video, then I'm going to go ahead and just close down for the day. I do have some things that I need to do and only a very small little bit of the rest of my day off before I have to slip my ethereal hiney back into the matrix and go back to work at my job. My earth job as character Shannon. So I love you, love you, love you all so much. And I'm so grateful for the honor and opportunity to be a conduit of connection for any and each and every one of you. And I will be doing more, and I will be presenting everything that Spirit leads me to present. I know who I am and what I'm supposed to do, and I'm going to do it. And I know each one of you are on that same journey. Thank you, David. I love you, and we'll be speaking to each other soon, I'm sure. And I can't wait until you get to a place where you're going to come and join me, because I know it's going to happen. I can feel it. David's a beautiful soul. He just doesn't perceive the entire thing, I think, just yet, but he will. I love you guys. Have a wonderful, blessed rest of your day. The things that are on the horizon in the now moments to come, trust them. They're beautiful. It is only up from here. It may be proposed otherwise, and it may feel like otherwise, but in your heart of hearts, your sacred heart center, don't you believe it? All right. Have a wonderful day. I love you all so much. Talk to you very soon, and namaste. The divinity in me sees you. I know you see me too.